I would like to personally thank The Hollywood Reporter and Variety for yet again doing something that I have long been bothered by and have now reached the point where I'm probably not going to look at the trades anytime soon. I appreciate you ruining this week's episode of Succession for me, assholes.
Ooh. Yikes. I haven't seen it yet, but
I
skip everything.
I don't understand. And it wasn't even I had opened up a story. It was in their freaking headline of the story, a spoiler. Why would you do that, you imbeciles?
Yeah. Hey, welcome back to our Stupid Rex, of course.
Let the movie tell the story, and that counts for TV series, too. It's storytelling, morons.
Follow us on Instagram, Twitter for more juicy content. Thanks for Patreon. Follow us to account, subscribe, and like button.
I don't know why reporters and critics feel like it's their responsibility to tell the story of a film in their reviews and in their articles. Are you just selfish, ignorant stupidity that has no place in the world of storytelling? So I'm pissed.
Ben Shots.
I'm pissed.
Anyways. Today we got this is a VFX breakdown of Pathaan. And I don't know how much they're actually going to be breaking it down, but it's more of like a visual representation of like what was VFX and how they did it.
And how it was shot.
But I don't think there's a person talking specifically
about
just breakdown, but they put this out. And who knows, it might get blocked. It's YRF. So hi, Patreon.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah,
it's
nice
YRF?
yeah.
It will be blocked. So hi Patreon.
Yeah. It's sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. I never know. But here we go. Wait, the helicopter was VFX?
That's so. I find that hard to believe.
I love when when you actually see the layering of stuff.
Yeah. It's going really fast though.
Yeah, they do that a lot. Like you'll see a chase scene, all the cars are VFX. Like that.
It saves you a lot of time and money. I mean, you're paying for the CGI work, but
did John Abraham actually pull the?
Based on what I'm seeing right now, I'm surprised that so much of the vehicles on the ground were computer generated because they looked legitimate.
Looks like a lot of the film was in studio.
Yeah.
Shout out to the VFX team.
Great job.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
I love that part of that movie. where the bike.
Yeah, the whole train sequence.
It was great. You know, it's like acting in these movies, I feel like would suck.
Yeah.
You have to imagine everything. So, yeah, obviously that. Did they actually do that? Obviously, probably not the motorcycle, but no, okay. Even though I would much prefer an actual breakdown of like a VFX, maybe rather
than just the quick.
Maybe the corridor crew will break it down or something like that. I always prefer that because people that are actually knowledgeable. But it's really insane. Like, there's some directors that will use a lot more practical effects than others. But Avatar is basically.
It's 100%
CGI, right?
Everything is CGI.
Outside of actors, right?
The totality of the environment, except for the water.
Water.
Was actually, those were underwater shots.
It was actually
but a lot of the water was computer-generated addition. But yeah, I would say, I don't know what the ratio is. My guess is 90% of what you see in the Avatar sequel is 100% computer-generated animation, including, all of the characters wearing the outfits that they capture everything.
Yeah.
And it's one of the reasons why it isn't just in action films anymore. Digital effects are used all over the place in so many different ways that there's a particular school of training, not just one particular place, but several places that will train actors to, and there's an aspect of it that's really great where you're required to bring to the workspace props and things from home that fill the place up. So you're bringing everything. You're bringing books. You're bringing leaves if it's outdoors. You're doing everything you can to make the place real for yourself so that you don't have to... I personally don't like that for two reasons. One, I think an actor should be able to tap into their imagination as much as possible at all times because not everything will be populated for you. And I find that to be even more astonishing than that. But I don't think it equips actors for the 21st century because the majority of the things that are going to happen at some point are going to require you to not just be in a space with nothing in it alone, but you're going to have stuff like that where you're going to have the totality of what you're dealing with is imaginary. And you're going to have to populate that with nothing but your own sense of space, time, everything. You know?
It would, obviously I'm not going to say it would suck because I'm sure the payday, if it's something that big, your payday is probably pretty nice, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of people are going to go see it, and it'd probably good exposure for you and all that kind of stuff. And it's still acting, but it's probably it's just like Ian McKellen has talked many times about him having to basically act alone in Lord of the Rings. Because they can't film at the same time because he's triple the size.
Right.
He's supposed to be in the film of everybody else, so they have to film it at different times.
Right.
And he said it was some of the saddest stuff he's ever done because he loves working with other actors.
I remember the first time I presented Barbarian at the Hudson Theater, where I had done Divorce the Musical before.
Yeah.
And that ran for several months. And it was the strangest, emptiest feeling because the moment the show concluded, I went backstage to do the curtain call. And there was no one to share the energy with. And I did the curtain call and went backstage, and there was no other cast member to share that with. It was very sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But obviously, Lord of the Rings would be different because they actually filmed on location. And so they at least had a lot of times location to look out
and
at.
They had the transition of visual effects because in the first couple of films, Andy Serkis' stuff was all done on a soundstage.
Yeah.
But the third film, he actually got to be there because they had the motion capture stuff for the first time on set in the shot.
But stuff like this or stuff like Avatar or I'm sure most Marvel films nowadays, you're just in a room surrounded by green.
Exactly.
And you have to imagine
every
single thing.
Yeah.
And still make it believable for the camera.
Correct.
Obviously, that's their job. They have to do it.
Right.
And so you're not going to be like, oh, they...
And you marvel at the finished product.
Yeah.
At what they've created.
But I'm sure it's not as enjoyable. Like if I get the opportunity to do this film that I have a callback for, we'll be in Joshua Tree, which is very Western, and you'll be on horses. And you get everybody's in old cowboy garb, and that'll be so lovely because it really puts you in the world,
in the place,
as opposed to green screen everywhere.
Yeah,
it's just a totally. I've never done it.
Me too.
I've never done something.
The closest I came was being on the set of Doctor Strange and working on that. But even that, we weren't full. There was practical, wonderful set inclusion. You'd be surprised. That whole kind of alternate dimensional New York in that last Doctor Strange, it's predominantly CGI. It's predominantly CGI. But on set, they did a lot of real set design that put you in the place and costuming that really helped you be in the place at the time. It wasn't just on a soundstage with green screen.
Yeah, it must be absolutely crazy for an actor to do something like that, because it's just probably not any actor's preferred way to do acting.
Well, we know it's not Tom Cruise's favorite way. I'm sure many times producers have said to him, you realize we can do this shot in studio on a green screen. And no, I want to be on a plane. I want to have protective contacts in my eyes in case anything hits me in my face and blinds me. I need to be harnessed to the plane in case we hit any birds.
Yep.
I want to really be on the outside of the tower. He wants to go into space now. It's just...
He's insane.
He's nuts.
He's insane. Anyways, let us know what you thought about the video and any other videos we connect to down below. Juice!